Teaching had always been my sanctuary. The rhythm of lessons, the quiet satisfaction of helping a student understand Shakespeare or write a flawless essay, it gave structure to my otherwise predictable life. At 39, I was a respected English teacher, married for over 15 years to a kind, stable man. We had built a house, a routine, a life that looked enviable from the outside. But beneath it all was a silence I couldn't name. My husband, David, and I had grown into companions rather than lovers. We shared bills, meals, and the occasional polite kiss, but no longer the kind of passion that once made me feel alive. Then Elena arrived. She was the new art teacher, early 40s, with dark hair cut into a sharp bob and eyes that seemed to see more than they should. From the first day, she carried herself with an easy confidence that both unsettled and intrigued me. Students adored her. Colleagues lingered around her. She laughed often, but there was something beneath her laughter, a depth, a knowingness, that drew me like a moth to flame. It began innocently. A shared lunch in the staff lounge, trading complaints about grading. Then longer conversations after school, her leaning against my classroom doorframe, sleeves rolled to her elbows, talking about everything from travel to art to the loneliness that sometimes seeped into our lives. One evening, as we lingered after a late staff meeting, I confessed quietly, "Sometimes I wonder if this is all there is. Lesson plans, report cards, dinner at 7, bed at 10. Elena tilted her head, eyes locking on mine. "Maybe it doesn't have to be," she said softly. The silence that followed burned. My pulse hammered. I looked away before my face could betray me. The turning point came during a school fundraiser. We were both dressed more formally than usual. Me in a fitted navy dress, her in a black blazer with a silk blouse that seemed to shimmer under the gym lights. We laughed over cheap wine and whispered jokes about the principal's speech. When the crowd thinned, we slipped outside to the cool night air. "You're beautiful tonight," Elena said suddenly. The words caught me off guard. No one had called me that in years. Not with sincerity. My breath hitched. "You shouldn't say that," I whispered, though my body leaned closer. "I know," she murmured. "But I want to." The kiss came like lightning, her lips firm, insistent, tasting of wine and daring. My hands trembled as they found her shoulders. I should have pulled away. Instead, I let myself fall. That night marked the start of something dangerous and irresistible. At first, it was stolen moments, a brush of fingers as she passed me papers, a too long hug after a meeting, kisses in the shadows of empty hallways. My heart raced every time I saw her, torn between fear of discovery and the thrill of desire. Soon, we could no longer pretend. One rainy afternoon, when the students had gone home and the corridors were silent, she came to my classroom. Without a word, she locked the door. Her eyes burned with hunger, and before I could speak, her lips were on mine, her hands at my waist. We made love there, between the rows of desks. It was clumsy, urgent, desperate, her hands exploring me as though she had waited a lifetime, my body shuddering under touches I had never known could undo me. The guilt screamed in my mind, but my body betrayed me, arching toward her, craving more. Afterward, we sat on the floor, breathless and shaken. "We can't keep doing this," I said weakly. But we did. Week after week, Elena and I built a secret world. Afternoons in her art room with canvases shielding us from view. Late nights at her apartment, where passion bloomed unrestrained. She taught me to want again, to feel the spark I thought I had lost forever. She kissed me with fire, touched me with reverence, whispered things that made me blush and ache. And yet, the guilt gnawed at me. At home, David's gentle questions became harder to answer. Why was I staying late? Why did I smile at my phone so often? I hated the lies, but I couldn't stop. Because Elena made me feel alive. She made me feel seen. One night, after we had spent hours tangled in each other's arms at her apartment, she brushed a strand of hair from my face and whispered, "I love you." The words froze me. My heart leapt, but fear followed quickly. I thought of my husband, of the vows I had broken, of the life I had built. Could I really walk away? Did I even have the courage? I didn't answer her that night. And she didn't press me. But the silence between us grew heavier. Our affair continued, passionate but shadowed. Every kiss felt tinged with urgency, every embrace like it could be our last. She wanted more of me, and I wanted to give it, but chains of duty held me back. The end came quietly. One evening, she stood by the window of her apartment, arms crossed. "You can't keep living two lives," she said. "Not forever." Tears stung my eyes. "I don't know how to choose." She kissed me gently, with a sadness that cut deeper than anger. "Then one day, the choice will be made for you." She was right. Months later, she transferred to another school. Officially, it was for a better position. But I knew the truth. Now, when I walk through the quiet halls of my own school, I sometimes catch echoes of her laughter, see her shadow in the art room doorway. At home, my marriage continues, steady and familiar. But when I close my eyes at night, I still feel her touch, her lips, her voice whispering, "Maybe it doesn't have to be." And I wonder what kind of life I could have had, if I had been brave enough to choose her.